Obviously, a heck of a college game. Hopefully, those that listened to it or viewed it on TV enjoyed it. Obviously, I can go up and down the list of the guys that played that made big plays. Um, it's two really good teams going at it, and I thought we responded when our backs were against the wall. We were against the ropes many times, and had big plays. Finally, defensively, got some things ironed out and got better. Down the stretch of the second half and overtime as well. But a lot of big plays. Dimitri Trice was terrific. Nate Reavers, I thought, really stepped up. Tyler Wall with some huge plays. Johnny Davis with some terrific defensive rebounding. So really proud of our guys, how we battled back and found a way to win. Questions?
We'll start with Jeff.
Greg, you guys talked in the offseason about Tyler's improved shooting from three-point range, but it hadn't shown itself, at least in games. Any surprise on your part when he took the first one and then the second one?
Well, I think the one thing with young players, it's always about confidence, and he needs to continue to, rep his shooting and get the routine and the release consistent. Before tonight, he was 2 for 9. So that's 20-some%. He's one more make. You're shooting 33%. So then the numbers don't look so bad. But for him, it was about confidence, and that's typical for any young player. So happy for him to see the ball go in and obviously see a huge smile come to his face. But he also made some other plays. I mean, the steal and the dunk when we were down 5 was big. Some defensive plays that he made, forced a jump ball at one point, I believe, and obviously made a lot of big plays for us. But it's always exciting when you see somebody take another step in their development. And obviously for Tyler, it's going to continue to be what he can do, from shooting the ball and consistency from 3. So happy for him because he needed that. That was a good boost for him.
Go over to Tom.
Hey, Greg, you're 4-1 here in the Big Ten, and you've shown a lot of things, most good, a few bad. But what has this team shown you, especially after the kind of response they made in the clutch tonight?
Yeah, well, it's a gritty group, and I think the versatility that, who's the right combination, what is the right combination to have on the floor. Sometimes it's made for offensive reasons. Tonight it was all made on the defensive end. We were just giving up way too much in the paint, way too much at the rim. And finally, at the point in time, I don't know when it was. I'll watch the tape and see when I just said, that's it. I've got to go just with the best defensive lineup and ride it until they either foul out or fall over. And obviously we ran the same 5 guys other than Micah a little bit when Nate got his 4th in overtime or in the overtimes. But, I think the grit of this group, the versatility of this group, every night's going to be a battle. This league is hard. You're going to get teams good shot, best shot. Indiana's good. I think their record doesn't, I think, speak to how good of a team they are. Look at the analytics that tells you, the type of team they are, and defensively made things hard for us. They're wired defensively, much like we are, in terms of how they play. So offensively, we knew it was not going to be easy. We're going to have to work for everything. And fortunately, we had enough in the tank down the stretch to pull ourselves up and get enough stops and make some plays on the offensive end to get some separation and win. So I think, Tom, that's a long-winded answer, but the grit of this group, the mental toughness of this group, I think helped.
Jim.
Greg, once you got the group in there that you wanted defensively, what did you think they did well the last 4 minutes of regulation and both overtimes? I mean, what stopped Indiana from getting to the rim so often?
Stopped letting them shoot layups. Kept the ball out of the paint as much as possible. Forced them into some tougher shots. So I think that's, it sounds simplistic, but we forced tougher shots. We didn't let the ball deep into the paint. We stopped giving up layups. We cleaned up. Terrific job on the glass all night. We only have 2 offensive rebounds, so we did a really good job there. And then we're able to get enough going offensively to hang with them and keep matching them basket for basket and play for play. But I think the biggest thing is that we were able to shut off, 8 feet and in around the rim.
Josh.
Greg, did you think this game was reminiscent at all of the Maryland game at one point in the second half? And I was curious with the lineup that Indiana has too, if that was similar at all to Maryland. I remember you saying that Maryland's a little bit smaller and that was kind of a tough matchup and led to some points in the paint.
Yeah, I don't. It was similar in terms of we were not very good defensively for a chunk of that second half. I mean, we were good the first half, a couple busts on some one in transition where we didn't cover in the first half, a three, a little late, slower closeout on a couple threes in the first half. But the numbers wise, we were good in the first half. For some reason, the second half we got into the trading baskets mode, and we had to get out of that mode. So we just got better defensively. I think that's the biggest thing is we were able to find the lineup and ride that and find a way to get enough stops and keep ourselves in the game.
We got time for one more. We'll go to Jeff.
Greg, you mentioned grit and battling back. There've been some games where Nate, at least offensively, hasn't been efficient early. And tonight's another one of those where, Meach and Davison challenge him and he makes some plays. What can he do, or what does he need to do to maybe get into the flow a little better in that first half? I know if you had the answer, you'd fix it.
What did he say?
We haven't talked to him.
Oh, okay. I don't know, change what he's eating for pregame meal, sleep on the other side of the pillow. I mean, I ask him that all the time. What works well for everybody? What works well, keep doing it. If something doesn't work, I don't change what tie your other shoe first. So Jeff, I don't have a great answer for you. I mean, I thought he finished around the paint after the first little flurry, and I sat him down, came back in. I thought he was better in the first half and finishing at the rim. He just got to get in there and play off 2 feet. He doesn't play off 2 feet. When he plays off 2 feet and you hear the pop, I don't know if you can hear it up where you're sitting. When he gets in there and jump stops hard on 2 feet and you hear that smack, he's really good at the rim. When he's playing off 1 foot and he kind of wobbles in there a little bit, then he's not as strong with the finish. Nobody is. So I think that's one thing. And we've worked on that. We've emphasized that, and he knows it. So we just got to continue to, when he is in that 8-foot zone, try to play off 2 feet and try to play through contact more consistently.